Good evening, my Real News Media TV family. Welcome back to the channel for another news update. And in the news this evening, police sergeant dies at hospital days after gun attack. A policeman who was shot last Thursday outside his Portmore home has died at hospital, the news has learned. The deceased is Sergeant Patrick Mahoney, who was assigned to the St. Catherine North Division. It is reported that sometime after 9 p.m., the sergeant was called out of his home when explosions sounding like gunshots were heard. When the shooting subsided, it was discovered that the sergeant had been shot. He was rushed to hospital where he underwent emergency surgery. The Police Federation had issued an urgent appeal for blood donation for the injured cop. Police make arrest relating to bags of cash that fell from beryllium vehicle. The police have arrested an individual in the probe surrounding 2 bags of cash that allegedly fell from a beryllium security vehicle en route to the Norman Manley International Airport in Kingston last week. Head of the Kingston Eastern Police, Superintendent Tom Lee Chambers, said the person was held on Sunday. She did not provide any further details. The amount of money that is missing has also not been disclosed. Nicholas Benjamin, Deputy Executive Chairman of the Guardsman Group, of which Beryllium is a member, declined to comment on the matter on Sunday. A motorist reportedly spotted 2 bags tumbling out of the courier truck near the Rockfort Mineral Bath along Flores El Glaspol Boulevard around 9:30 a.m. on Thursday. The vehicle was reportedly carrying 48 bags with an undisclosed amount of cash. Following an alert, the vehicle was checked and it was revealed that the rear of the truck was unlocked. Despite a search of the area, the missing bags were not found. The incident was reported to the police. Detectives from the Elletson Road Criminal Investigation Branch are investigating the matter. Trial for police charged with Maria Dean's death postponed again. The trial for the 3 police personnel charged in connection with the beaten death of St. James resident Maria Dean in 2014 has again been postponed. A November 14 mention date was set when the matter was called up in the St. James Circuit Court on Monday. Their bails were also extended. The failure of the trial to get off the ground was a result of no jurors showing up for duties. On trial are Corporal Elaine Stewart and the constables Juliana Cleavon and Marlon Grant. They are charged with manslaughter, perverting the course of justice, and misconduct in a public office by the Independent Commission of Investigations. The case has been postponed multiple times since it was first brought before the St. James Circuit Court in 2018. Allegations are that Dean was arrested for the possession of a ganja spliff and placed in custody where he was reportedly brutally beaten on August 3, 2014. Dean received severe injuries to his brain which left him in a coma. He died 3 days later in the Cornwall Regional Hospital in St. James. Bog Walk Gorge reopened. The Bog Walk Gorge in St. Catherine has been reopened to vehicular access. The authorities had ordered the gorge closed following significant damage to a section of the roadway caused by consistent rain associated with Tropical Storm Raphael. The situation was compounded when several huge boulders rolled onto the roadway from the hillside, effectively preventing vehicular traffic from accessing the heavily used thoroughfare in St. Catherine. Communication manager at the National Works Agency, Stephen Shaw, confirmed that the roadway was reopened on Sunday evening following the removal of material that had rendered the roadway impassable. The section of the roadway where the boulders were dislodged has been reopened to single-lane traffic, Mr. Shaw clarified. He said much of the silt has been removed from a section of the roadway, but a small amount remains.
We are further cautioning motorists to be extremely careful traversing the corridor as the section of the road where the boulders had been lodged has been reduced to single-lane traffic. So persons going by in that area have been reduced to single lane and so extreme caution is being advised. And so that too is something for the motoring public to be careful with when they're using the corridor. We will continue our assessments, and should the need arise, we will certainly act swiftly to ensure that the corridor is safe for use by motorists and pedestrians alike, because we do know that people walk in this space.
Political commentators see JLP shifting campaign strategy to fear-mongering. Two political commentators say Prime Minister Andrew Holness's statement accusing the People's National Party of embracing criminality is a shift in the campaigning strategy of the Jamaica Labour Party ahead of the next parliamentary election, constitutionally due next year. At a recent political meeting in Manchester, the Prime Minister and the leader of the JLP said the PNP accepts the criminality once it gives the party an advantage. Political commentators Jermaine Barrett and Damien Gordon say Mr. Holness is no longer focusing on his message of economic transformation but engaging in fear-mongering.
Prime Minister at this point appears to believe that campaigning on the administration legacy of achievement is no longer viable or winnable political strategy. The Prime Minister and the Jamaica Labour Party may feel that that message of economic transformation is just not resonating, and it would appear to me now that the Prime Minister has shifted towards fear-mongering, a form of extremism, which is not uncommon. We have seen that play out in American politics with the Trump-like rhetoric of the illegal immigrants are coming here, they're stealing American jobs, they're endangering Americans, the Democrats will take away your rights. Certainly that kind of message would not appeal to well-thinking Jamaicans, given the fact that more Jamaicans don't see either political party as having the moral authority where criminality is concerned, because both Jamaicans largely believe are not able to distinguish both political parties in terms of the question of morality and ethics.
You hear about, for example, huge investments in healthcare. Just a few weekends ago, I got news of somebody who sat on a bench for 5 days, critically ill, but there could not be a bed at a particular hospital, a public hospital in Jamaica here. And those things are things that the administration, when confronted with those realities, they can't simply just say, well, no, look at the PNP, it existed back then. Yes, it is true, but people are expecting leadership from their leaders. And at this point in time, the Jamaica Labour Party, they are the leaders of the country. They are the government, and so they have to be far more accountable.
Spirit Airlines flight is struck by gunfire while trying to land in Haiti. A Spirit Airlines flight was struck by gunfire Monday while attempting to land in Port-au-Prince, Haiti. The Miami Herald reported that the aircraft, which left from Fort Lauderdale, was diverted to an airport in the Dominican Republic, where it landed safely. The Miami Herald quotes a source who said at least one person, a flight attendant, was grazed by a bullet. A spokesperson for Spirit Airlines did not respond to a Herald request for comment. The incident forced the airport authority at Toussaint L'Ouverture International Airport in Haiti's capital to ground all commercial flights. Flight tracking showed both JetBlue Airlines and Amerijet cargo planes turning away from Haiti. The incident marks the second time in the last few weeks that an aircraft traveling over Port-au-Prince airspace was struck by gunfire from armed gangs. Last month, a United Nations helicopter was struck by gang gunfire and forced to return to the airport. No one was injured. Thank you everyone for watching. See you tomorrow morning at 6 a.m. for another news update.